Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. New subscribers, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Guys, there's a lot of things to look at here tonight. I'm going to ask you if you're just joining to please hit the like button and share the live. I first want to let you know, though, that the program that was scheduled for tonight, it is postponed until tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., we'll talk about this, right? Due to the new development of this mystery plane and what is happening with that. So let us see who's here. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining again. Big up on yourself. Fabian, welcome back. Janelle, welcome back. Electro, as usual, on time. Justice for Melissa. Yeah, that's what we say over here. Good evening, guys. Thank you so much for coming back. Christine, I haven't seen you in a while. Donovan, Miss Patricia. Yeah, guys, so on the must hear the news by now. Let me know if you want to hear the news. Miss Angela, Malachi, greetings. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. So, this something here, guys. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you for doing that. Big up Canada. Big up Canada in the house, guys. Yes. So, on must hear this news by now about this plane here. This plane what landed in Jamaica on Thursday with over 200 passengers and crew, 254. It landed at the Norman Manley International Airport and it is set to leave this evening. The last news update said that it was set to depart. So this plane come from somewhere over India, guys. That is the word. Is that it come from somewhere over India. And I just want you guys to know the latest update on it. It is strange, to say the least. I don't believe we've had something like this happen even during COVID time, right? So what we want to know now, what really caused this, and I think the news stories that were released, um, hold on, guys. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, so the news stories that were released in the media, they weren't quite accurate. So there was some clarification on it, guys. And for some reason in Jamaica, most most of the times when you read something from the news, I know where them say them not do deep, serious investigative journalism. I don't know why, but they don't, right? Um there is an argument that some kind of trafficking business with the Indian community are going on Jamaica. That's what they must say. Something was not right, and the people were turned back after a few days. The whole 250 out of them. That in and of itself is a strange thing. But let me read the latest update, guys. Well, actually, let me let you guys hear the news report first from Thursday.
Authorized plane in Jamaica Friday. The details from Dwayne Anderson. Scores of Indian visitors enjoying the sights and sounds of downtown Kingston on a Sunday afternoon. The issue is, they should not be here, nor should they be moving around this freely unsupervised. We understand the Indian nationals were among 218 individuals who arrived in Jamaica via a chartered flight. The flight, a white and blue Airbus A340, is registered in Germany. It has also since been impounded and remains on the tarmac at the Norman Manley International Airport. The aircraft and those aboard did not have the relevant approval, including the passenger manifest, to come to Jamaica. Law enforcement sources told our news center that the chartered airline also did not state it was arriving in Jamaica. Nevertheless, civil aviation officials allowed the aircraft to land. We were further reliably informed that the flight transited through Dubai and they'd made a stop in the Egyptian capital Cairo, where an Uzbek national was picked up before heading to Jamaica. The Uzbekistan national, based on our checks, is of interest to government officials in the United States. Interestingly, another Uzbek national who also arrived on a previous flight was eventually detained when the authorities started investigating this Indian chartered flight. Now, after this flight with the Indian nationals arrived in Jamaica, there was a lot of discussion among the authorities on how to treat with the situation. It was eventually decided to allow them to deboard and stay at the 4-star Rock Hotel in downtown Kingston under police guard while the situation is worked on. Checks also revealed that the charter had no arrangement to take the passengers back to their destination, which aroused the suspicion of authorities. Which brings us back to these initial images in downtown Kingston on Sunday afternoon, where many of the passengers were seen freely going about their business. Some appeared to be shopping for snacks and treats. We also understand some of them may have also left the hotel entirely. When we pressed our sources on why they were allowed to go to a 4-star hotel, we were told that Jamaica has no detention center at the airport and no space in our remand center for so many people. Our source added that the passengers actually booked to stay at the hotel. They, however, did not pay for the rooms, but the source says that's why officials allowed them to go there. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
Meanwhile, in a related development, TVJ News has learned that the German embassy is now involved in the matter as the crew members are German nationals. The aircraft is also German-owned. Sources told our news center that members of the German crew are upset as they did not plan to stay in Jamaica for an extended period. We were informed that the plan was for the crew to fly the charter with 218 passengers to Jamaica and then depart. The crew contacted the embassy here in Jamaica, Kingston, yesterday, which has intervened. Local stakeholders are reacting.
Yes, guys. So that is all the news go. Now let me read on the update, you know. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, also posted. He said the Ministry of National Security wishes to update the public on the arrangements in place to supervise the departure of the USC GmbH flight, a German registered aircraft with 253 passengers, including crew members. So, the 253 foreigners who arrived in Jamaica on Thursday but were refused entry by immigration officials based on security concerns are scheduled to depart the island in a short order. According to a news release from the Ministry of National Security, arrangements are now in place to supervise the departure. The ministry noted that despite arriving on the island legally and having received the requisite approval for operation from the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, the passengers who are reportedly Indians were refused entry by the immigration officials based on security concerns uncovered during their processing at the airport. It was uncovered that upon landing in Jamaica, 2 passengers were on the flight that did not appear on the submitted passenger manifest. This reportedly prompted further investigations by the Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency in collaboration with the Jamaica Constabulary Force. PICA reportedly later shared that based on enhanced checks, the decision was taken not to grant the passengers leave to land in Jamaica. However, according to the news release, given the duration of the flight, as you guys know, if it's a flight from Egypt nonstop, you're talking probably 9 hours, as well as civil aviation regulations for the minimum rest period before clearance is given to safely operate. It was deemed impractical to detain the passengers in the plane or at the airport. The release noted that as a result, and due to previous reservations made at a hotel in Kingston, the travelers and airline crew members were allowed to leave the airport on humanitarian grounds. They were reportedly escorted to the hotel by law enforcement and immigration personnel. The passengers remained accounted for and are currently at the Norman Manley International Airport as they await their departure and released. And the release said the charter company will reportedly stand the cost of their accommodations and return. The Ministry of National Security stated that local authorities routinely screen passengers for security threats and possible breaches of law and or regulations. In this instant, while the ministry was alerted to the operation of the flight based on what appeared to be anomalies and missing details from its initial permit application, the necessary supporting documents were later supplied to satisfy the requirements for obtaining a permit to operate in Jamaica. So, guys, if you not ask me, I think the government did a good job, you know, you know, um, catching whatever non-compliance or violation with this entire situation. I think so. I don't understand how this German chartered aircraft and crew were chartered to carry over 218 Indians. So the question that people are asking, guys, was Jamaica supposed to be their final destination or was it supposed to be a stopover? Why the 200 and other them a go back? If they say two of the people them find to be in breach or whosoever wanted by the United States or whatever. Let us say 3 or 4 of them. That's the case with them. Why the other rest of people them never get for stay? Something very wrong with this. And as me say, you have talks I make about trafficking and some kind of migration concerns about the Indian people them in Jamaica. I don't know if nobody know about it. I know about the Indian community, right? Because remember, guys, back in the day when they not that far back in the day, but you have some Indian people who migrated to Jamaica at a particular time, and they're just very humble, hardworking, easygoing, quiet set of people. They are the next generation of Indian after them will come and migrate to Jamaica who are more business oriented. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. You see them mostly within the tourist resort areas. They own some of the shops and things, gift shops and things like that. So that is the conversation, guys. It said the plane landed legally. The news report said it was unauthorized and all this kind of thing, but the government's press release is what I just read to you. And a journalist, not journalist, a commentator yesterday said something very important on TVJ in an interview. He said that both political parties in Jamaica seem to be having a problem communicating with the population amidst this new social media age. And I always say that it is best to communicate during this time via press conference, via press secretary, you know? Because if this happened from Thursday, today first, me I hear about this, guys. Today are the first. Me don't know when you hear about it, but today are the first me hear about it. So if we'd have a better, because I don't watch Jamaica news every day. So if we'd have a better means of communication. You feel a stopover, Marva? It look like a stopover. To be very honest with you guys, me feel happen. Me feel like say, they were bound for someplace else. What me Jean, big up yourself. They were bound for someplace else, guys. And Jamaica was supposed to be a stopover with them hotel and everything. Where them that go next, I can't tell you no. Me don't know where them that go next. But if them a travel from so far, it wouldn't be right for Jamaica to turn them away right away because a long time them a fly, And if they go turn them where they said there and then go crash, you go yes, Jamaica go make much in passenger dead. So them would have to make them rest, irrespective of, and everything else. But me I wonder why they couldn't just keep them in the airport. Them could have keep them in the airport, and give them food or whatever they require, But it look like them have them money because of them have foot the bill for them return flight and their return trip. If you're not gonna give people landing on them Sydney, they're not supposed to come out of your airport. Allow me to tell guys. They don't supposed to come out of the airport. And Jamaica's airport is fairly sized where them could have just designate a special area in the airport to make them stay. We're not business if they want to be it for tell you the truth. Cause like seriously, what is this? So them let them up on humanitarian grounds. And them say them did under police guard. And they say then they have their hotel already. Yesterday trip them what people take one time them across the border come to the United States. I saw them do, them have them ticket and them have their hotel accommodations and them something there. But the question with this now, them people never have no return ticket, guys. It look like say a one-way ticket them it have. So that's why I'm not really too sure if Jamaica was supposed to be their final destination or just a stopover to go someplace else. This is crazy. Let me see what you guys are saying. Good night, everybody. If you're just joining, guys, please hit the like button if you're just joining. I suspect that the Indians are trying to take in some of their people here illegally. Possibly. If 218 of them charter the plane, they must pay one piece of money, For charter the plane I have the crew book their hotel. I feel like some kind of trafficking and smuggling business are going with this. The media run with Angela Brownberg narrative. What was that narrative? Missy, she calling on the government to say something about what happened. I mean, to be honest with you guys, this is something that happens all the time. Not for us in Jamaica, clearly, but like for example, in the United States, these things happen all the time. People land in America, then go through security, then go beep beep, and then can't come in our country, then get back in the yard. But people don't report no report governments, I mean, governments don't get up and start reporting this, each day. And this is why I consistently say that the government need a press secretary, because this was put out on Andrew Holness' page. Andrew Holness not really supposed to deal with this, the press release, Andrew Holness figure go doing work and make whosoever attack for government go out there, go put out release and them sitting there. Where were they going in the first place? So that's the one way, where was the final destination? They don't know want see them a walk up and down in the place I look snack for buy and they sitting there. Good evening, everybody. Can you take off without a flight manifesto? You probably can, but the landing part, maybe not so easily. I wonder if this was hijacked. Lord Jesus, Carmelita, me no know. Lord have mercy. They must stop at Egypt to get their fuel, me no know. Feedback question on TVJ Primetime News. What is the question, Liz? How did they get here without air traffic control assistant? Check the black box. Well, according to the report, guys, let me tell you what it say about the landing part. Cause once me hear unauthorized, the first thing when me hear unauthorized plane, and from me hear unauthorized, we don't know where them a go or where them a come from. So what them say is that I wish part it says upon landing in Jamaica. Oh, when I reach the part there, hold on. The ministry noted that despite arriving on the island legally and having received the requisite approvals for operation from the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, the passengers who are reportedly Indians were refused entry. So the passenger them who landed legally. Then with the plane, let me see what it's about the plane. Then basically I send you back the plane, supervised departure. We need a little bit more details. This news release right here, so the charter company will reportedly stand the cost for their accommodations and return. Thank God taxpayer have to pay this, because under normal circumstances, guys, when people land on your shore, are you responsible to send them back on the yard, Can you imagine if Jamaica taxpayers would have to pay for one charter flight or something like that for send away 280 odd people plus accommodations? Me not really hear much, to be honest with you. I don't hear enough in this press release about the plane upon arrival. There's not enough information. So the real problem for Jamaica came in when them started to screen the passengers them, and they find out say one of them have problems in the US. The Ministry of National Security stated that local authorities routinely screen passengers flights for security threats and possible breaches of law and our regulations. They were missing details and documents were provided later. But me would like to know if when them didn't know so the plane are coming, um what was the purpose of this chartered plane landing in Jamaica? All of them something they're supposed to know before they even land. Good evening, Sinani. No, sir. This is one of the strangest things, me nah lie. Guys, the phone line open if you don't want to call in on WhatsApp. No, I want to bring something to our attention. All I would never say the upload for earlier. This man take one piece of liberty with Jamaica. The man say if the Jamaica people them no put Mark Golding in a power. If Jamaica people no put Mark Golding in a power, Jamaica go turn 80. You know, me not laugh and me not take bad things make laugh. Me not in the mood for do that this evening. Take bad things make laugh. This a man out order. Right? How dare you? How dare you? So my thing is, these people have become a set of alarmists. It is unbelievable. Because I'm saying, oh, Jamaica stay now. I know the worst of Jamaica this. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Welcome to the program. What's up?
Good night. Let me say something based on what I heard. I asked about with the plane when I heard. They already, the Jamaica Civil Aviation already know that they were coming. And they were expecting like 212 person with the crew member on board. When they arrived, it was like 280.
250,
so it's not the
254.
amount that they agree on to come.
254.
So now when they were crossing, pardon me?
I said it's 254. 254 people.
No, man, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that the amount. Say, for instance, they said, okay, I'm coming in with 200 people, right? When aviation check it, it's not 200 people. It was like 203 people. So 3, they didn't tell them of the 3, and they have to go by protocol, which is good for the system. And the 3 that when they check all of them on passport, they realized that something was wrong, like it was outdated or something like that. So they do the correspondence with the Indian agency, embassies overseas, and get everything corrected. Now, there was 2 national on it that they did not tell them that was coming. They were saying that there is just Indian people. Those 2 national, because of protocol again, which you have to give credit for, the airport authority and civil aviation, right? They decided to say, you guys are gonna have this because they hotel told you to stay, right?
Do you know if
so
Jamaica?
because of those,
Do you know if Jamaica was their final destination or a stopover?
No, there's a stopover, and then they continue to where they're gonna go.
You know what they mean?
So they made arrangements. I can't pronounce the name of the word,
Are somewhere in the Caribbean or someplace else?
No, not in the Caribbean.
What region?
And it's not on the Utah. Some foreign country like Pune or whatever. I will find out it and I'll send you on a WhatsApp the place that they're destined for.
I would love to know.
But
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's not unusual for that to happen. you have a charter flight of people coming here to do something and go back. Because if anybody watch we call it the show that Spice is on.
Yeah,
those people came here on a charter flight. Yes, those people came here on a charter flight, and stay here for a week with their crew and everybody, and nobody knows until they left on the show. So it's not unusual, but you have to follow the protocol. If you say X, aviation expect X, and you have to go through the proper procedure.
Yeah, we understand that. Where people got alarmed. Hold on a second. Where people got alarmed was when they heard that Jamaica would be sending all 200 and odd of the people them back. It's like say them might deport them. That's what it sounded like.
They're not going. No man, it's not going back. They're gonna go. They seize the plane, They keep the plane because they because of the extra people that came on it, and those two national that they didn't told them, say, okay, so we're coming with 214 people, and one will be a alien and one will be a Japanese. They did not tell them that. They give them the impression that it was only 200. So they, say, protocol go jump in and kick in and watch them.
So why the government of Jamaica as I make sure say the 200 and odd people them leave the country? You can tell us?
They're supposed to leave in 1 year and a half back. They're supposed to leave the same amount who come supposed to go back.
Yeah, I understand that, but normally.
Now go back to the country where they're coming from, they're supposed to make sure none run off. So you make sure you secure that all of them go back on the plane, and then they go back and they continue to wherever they're going, refuel. And they say one of the reasons too. Because remember, when you break the protocol, they're supposed to send you back instantly. And the reason why is because, so when a plane just land, coming from so far, it has to refuel and other things have to take place. And in some cases, the things have to, the process with a plane.
Yeah, but my friend, there is an issue. You're talking as if this is normal. It's just the two other passengers. No, that's not so. There was an issue. It says that the 253 foreigners who arrived in Jamaica on Thursday, but were refused entry by immigration officials based on security concerns, are scheduled to depart the island in short order. So they were refused. They were refused. Normally, when people come in the country, even if them come in on charter flight, you not have security. I follow them up and I monitor them. So something is wrong.
And I'm telling you, the security concern is that they tell them that I'm coming in with, say, example, I don't know exactly the security concern that they have, because they told them before that they're coming in with 200 people. I'm going to use just two to make it easier. 200 people. The security concern comes about when they comes in and they check them off the plane, and so they go through the procedure to let them go through. They see that it's more than 200 people. That's where the security concern is. So them I say no, and there is two nationals that they did not tell them off. So that will be a concern. And guess some people don't understand or don't read it properly. But based on my person, the person that tells me is a reporter. That's the concern that chips in. So if it was exactly 200 people, and I know it's not 200, but I'm just using that amount. So 200 people, then they would have gone through, stay at the hotel, and then leave back the day when they're supposed to leave back.
So why the reports say unauthorized plane?
That's the thing. Everybody missed that aspect of it. It wasn't an authorized plane. They know that they were coming in. Civil aviation know that they were coming in.
All right.
They told them that they were coming in with that amount of people.
Thanks for the information. I'm gonna see if somebody else wanna call in who may have information.
They told them that they were coming. That's the thing I get from the guy that, and the person who tell me work at TVJ.
All right. Well, thank you for calling and thank you for the information.
And you said there's a release from where I heard that you said there was a release somewhere in the paper.
No, it's a release from the government. I read it earlier.
Well, I'm gonna check on it and see if it matches what the reporter tell me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye. Yeah, guys. So, you see the different conflicting story. When people are got hear unauthorized plane, let me see if I can play about this where that was mentioned. When people hear unauthorized plane, right then and there, them are going to start thinking very negative.
Authorized plane in Jamaica Friday. The details from Dwayne Anderson.
Scores of Indian visitors enjoying the sights and sounds of downtown Kingston on a Sunday afternoon. The issue is, they should not be here, nor should they be moving around this freely unsupervised. We understand the Indian nationals were among 218 individuals who arrived in Jamaica via a chartered flight. The flight, a white and
Wanna hear that, guys? They should not be here and they should not be walking around freely. They should not be here and they should not be walking around freely. When you come to Jamaica upon a chartered flight, once you leave out of the airport, you're free to do what you want to do. So why is it that they should not be here and them something there? So we want to know if I wrong information, the news I report, based on what our friend here just called and said.
Authorized plane in Jamaica Friday. The details from Dwayne Anderson.
scores of Indian visitors enjoying the sights and sounds of downtown Kingston on a Sunday afternoon. The issue is, they should not be here, nor should they be moving around this freely unsupervised. We understand the Indian nationals were among 218 individuals who arrived in Jamaica via a chartered flight. The flight, a white and blue Airbus A340, is registered in Germany. It has also since been impounded and remains on the tarmac at the Norman Manley International Airport. The aircraft and those aboard did not have the relevant approval, including the passenger manifest, to come to Jamaica. Law enforcement sources told our news center that the chartered airline also did not state it was arriving in Jamaica. Nevertheless, civil aviation officials allowed the aircraft to land. We were further reliably informed that the flight transited through Dubai and they'd made a stop in the Egyptian capital Cairo, where an Uzbek national was picked up before heading to Jamaica. The Uzbekistan national, based on our checks, is of interest to government officials in the United States. Interestingly, another Uzbek national who also arrived on a previous flight was eventually detained when the authorities started investigating this Indian chartered flight. Now, after this flight with the Indian nationals arrived in Jamaica, there was a lot of discussion among the authorities on how to treat with the situation. It was eventually decided to allow them to deboard and stay at the 4-star Rock Hotel in downtown Kingston under police guard while the situation is worked on. Checks also revealed that the charter had no arrangement to take the passengers back to their destination, which aroused the suspicion of authorities. Which brings us back to these initial images in downtown Kingston on Sunday afternoon, where many of the passengers were seen freely going about their business. Some appeared to be shopping for snacks and treats. We also understand some of them may have also left the hotel entirely. When we pressed our sources on why they were allowed to go to a 4-star hotel, we were told that Jamaica has no detention center at the airport and no space in our remand center for so many people. Our source added that the passengers actually booked to stay at the hotel. They, however, did not pay for the rooms, but the source says that's why officials allowed them to go there. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
Meanwhile, in a related development, TVJ News has learned that the German embassy is now involved in the matter, as the crew members are German nationals. The aircraft is also German-owned. The sources told our news center that members of the German crew are upset as they did not plan to stay in Jamaica for an extended period. We were informed that the
Yeah, guys. Sound to me like say them they supposed to leave out at airport. I don't know if you agree with that, but when you hear the report again, sound like say them is supposed to leave out of the airport. It sounded like it was a stopover. I don't know if refueling or whatever, but them not was supposed to leave out. Because when I hear them say them let them up on humanitarian grounds. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Yes.
Let me read what I see and see if it match with the news. It said 253 foreigners who arrived in Jamaica on Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I read. That's what I read.
What was a few? Okay, all right. Listen to the part where all right. According to the news release from the Minister of National Security on Monday, arrangements are in place to supervise the departure of the German registered aircraft. The minister noted that despite arriving on the island legally and have received the requisite approval for operation from the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, the passengers were reported Indian refused entry by immigration official based on security concern uncovered during their process at the airport. It was uncovered that upon landing in Jamaica, 2 passengers were on the flight that did not appear on the submitted passenger manifest. This reported prompt further investigation by the Passport, Immigration and Citizen Agents in collaboration with the JCF. And Pico reportedly...
Yeah, you can't read the whole thing. You can't read the whole thing, doing it, because I've already read this. And though I appreciate, you trying to bring clarity, other people would have want to call and talk to you here. But
no, it's just the fact that I'm saying that the part I want to bring clarity was that they know that they were coming in.
Okay, no problem.
They know. That's why I said that I mean they noticed 2 wasn't on the manifesto that the passenger manifested.
Yeah, but you hear but you hear them also say they were not supposed to leave out of the airport, and that special accommodation was made based on humanitarian grounds. So there's some issue there.
Based on the lies that they told them. That's why they calling the police and everybody else and listen to me. I'm gonna come out because they lie to me. That's basically it. If you lie to me about something, I'm not gonna get a chance.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the information. I saw that I think I did a try call. You can call back. Yeah, guys, so what a strange turn of events. If anybody know them final destination, type it or call and tell me. She said that she doesn't remember the name of the place where they were supposed to end up. They pick up the passenger at Egypt, yeah. At what time they told Jamaican authorities that they were coming in. Them have to make according to what I was hearing, they would have to have an agency to set up the arrangement for them coming. Hello, good night.
Good night, Natalie.
Good night. What's up?
Yeah, just 2 quick one here. I was listening to the head of the Civil Aviation Authority, Lieutenant Colonel Oscar Darby on the radio this evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? The plane didn't come here illegally.
Yeah, we heard that in the press release now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was being branded from earlier days that it was illegal and it wasn't supposed to land here and all of that. All of that is clear. But the problem that they had was the 2 Uzbekistan passenger that was not on the travel manifesto.
Are them pick
that
up
was
in
a red flag that was raised.
Are them pick
because
them
of
up
those 2 passengers.
Are them 2 then a problem with the US?
Yeah, one of them.
Oh.
One of them had an issue with the US. That was it. What brought the red flag.
Mm-hmm.
The other passengers were supposed to stay at the hotel that they were. The plane was supposed to leave and go to Cuba, pick up some passenger from Cuba and carry them somewhere else, and then return for the passenger that was in Jamaica.
Say that again. Say that again.
The plane was supposed to leave and go to Cuba to pick up some other passengers and carry them somewhere else, and then return for the ones that were left in Jamaica.
Oh, what kind of sitting that?
Yeah, because it was a chartered flight, so the plane was the pilot was supposed to rest for some hours, then left to Cuba to pick up some people in Cuba to carry them somewhere, and then come back to Jamaica for the people that was left here. The managing director for the airline put out a statement because the fact that they ground the plane in Jamaica and they couldn't proceed to go to Cuba, say a business loss that and all.
Yeah.
The managing director for the airline put out a statement also.
What they say?
What
they say?
No, they basically was like upset over the fact that the plane was ground because it was supposed to move on to go pick up other passengers and stuff. I guess they were just talking from their business standpoint, but they should have known that the two passengers that wasn't on the travel manifesto would have caused a problem. How they got onto the flight, that's the questions that should be answered.
At that again. Lord Jesus. Yeah, well, we see how it go because them supposed to take off by now. 1 hour ago. Yeah.
They had a 5-hour delay. That's the last thing I heard.
Oh. Cause them they at the airport right now, supposed to leave.
Yeah.
But I would say good job on the part of the government, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they did nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong, because if you have two persons coming in that wasn't supposed to be on the flight, they did the right thing by taking the necessary precautions.
Okay, all right, cool then. Cause may I wonder now, they're not supposed to be outside. Them let them out on humanitarian grounds. What make they not supposed to outside?
They escorted the two where they house them at the hotel. They were actually under watch.
Yeah, me know, but when them say them let them out on humanitarian ground, why is it that them have to get let out on that the ground and then couldn't just go along free and leave when them ready?
Well, remember, the two passengers raised a red flag. There are concerns.
Okay.
So based on that.
So everybody suffer for them then?
No sense, but I mean the other passengers were allowed to roam. You just sit on the news, them could have walk about and go shop and do all kind of things. But the two, Uzbekistan was not allowed to.
Well, the news reporter said they're not supposed to out there.
That's the news. I mean, they said the news got it wrong.
Then the same people, them the government, not say them let them out on humanitarian ground. All of them. That means none of them are supposed to come out.
No way to house them at the airport. And like we have a facility that could have house so much people. So they make them go to the hotel where they're supposed to go.
If they're not supposed to come out of the hotel, they're not supposed to come out of the hotel. Not the hotel, I'm sorry. If there's concern, yes, if they're not supposed to leave the airport, then I don't think they're supposed to leave the airport, period.
Actually, we don't have a detention center at the airport to house so many people.
Lord Jesus, then look here, if we start talking about detention, it means that the people are not supposed to they in the country.
As I said, the red flag that was raised by the two unaccounted passengers, the two that was not on the manifesto.
The red flag upon all of them now.
Yeah, because the plane come in with two persons that was not supposed to be on it, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, man, you're most welcome.
Yes. We need to hear a press conference from the government. The journalists, them when they are Jamaica, them need to ask them personal, up close and personal question too. Me not know about it, but me not feel comfortable with that. See the opposition now, Angela say she want answers about the entry of over 200 Indians to Jamaica. I guess they're doing what they do, which is to talk. Anyway, oh, I think Liz was calling. Let me call back Liz. So we can't bring down the Indian them in the country. That everybody has say cause so like Jamaica was them final destination. Liz, good night. What go on?
Thank everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Very interesting topic. Have you ever seen a Uzbek?
Have I ever seen a Uzbek?
Yeah, Uzbekistan native.
No, not really, Me don't know. I might have seen them, I don't know, so them are Uzbekistan.
Okay, they look like Indian, but everybody's saying they are Indians. The Indian, if they were Indians, then the Indian High Commissioner would be at the airport because any native of any country that lands, the embassy immediately comes into action. Nothing has been said or no statement out of the Indian embassy. They are not Indian. They're obviously like Eastern Europeans.
People come from that part. People come from that part of the world. You have Indian, Pakistani, the whole of them favor.
Yeah,
just like the Asian people.
Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, all of them look alike.
Yes.
There's another interesting situation on the news tonight. Russia has detained an American soldier inside of Russia, and there's now a bargaining situation. There are 2 Russians here in America that the Russians want, and so they are bargaining. But the flight, first of all, the government knew that the flight was coming. The flight can't come near your airspace. Just like that. And the air traffic controllers,
them know, so them are come.
Also knew that they were coming. The plane was going, it's a German flight.
German chartered, yes.
Right. So, and then it was going on to, as the pilot said in the interview this evening, and then he was supposed to drop them off, and then go to Cuba, pick up another set, and then away again, Nicaragua. But it's an interesting flight schedule. Therefore, it is not just stuff that is happening coincidentally, based on what you're hearing. But it could, I'm not sure, just speculating, it could have something to do with the app, because yesterday evening on my way up to I saw 3 of them, I'm sure, coming across from Devanos over to the Papaya and Creamy place. So, they are not here by accident. And there's a whole lot of movement going on in the region. Right?
So the people are saying that Jamaica was not their final destination. So
no, Jamaica is not. It's not.
So based on that, the initial rumors, I guess you can call them, where people were saying, are the Indian them in Jamaica smuggle them in? You see, when we are late in responding, and it's the same communication problem the government is having. When they are late to come out and speak open, frank, and thorough on incidents like these, you see, by the time them come talk, every wrong information done spread already. Allow me to tell guys, this a release. Them should have all 4 press release between the time this plane landed with the issues they were having, to now. Since people were curious about it, and since it was reported on the news in the way it did.
get the impression is that the country shouldn't have known. It should have been a flight in, landed, do whatever, let off who's supposed to come off quietly, or take up who's supposed to take up quietly. It's supposed to have been landed into the country, permission from the state, the authorities, and then fly out back, go Cuba, do what them to do, leave from us in Nicaragua. And that is the impression I'm getting.
Knowing what I know now, I don't get the impression that all 200 odd of them were ill-intended. I think the two people where them said them never declare and them something there, them two people there, maybe it's suspicious, but if Jamaica was not their final destination, then it's clear that they were intending to leave. You know what I mean? We don't know. I mean, it looked like them needed for rest, right? But we like 90 miles. Cuba is like 90 miles off the coast of Jamaica, so them have to fly over Cuba before they come to Jamaica. So why they never stop at Cuba?
No, you fly through the American airspace. Depends on where the plane coming from, and maybe them couldn't fly through the American airspace and then land at Cuba, because that could cause maybe diplomatic problems. So them do this their way safer.
Lord Jesus. And them some here, the government need to come answer a whole heap of questions. This press release is not sufficient. I'm sure that people have more questions, and this is the thing. This deficit in the information and communication in the government, it's really causing a lot of problems, and it's also part of why there is so much misinformation out there. You understand what I say?
Yes.
Yeah, more misinformation. From Thursday this happened, and press release just a come out.
Because it wasn't supposed to be brought into the public space. There's another interesting thing.
Liz, in fairness, this is not, I mean, these things are not usually national news unless something horrible happened. They caught what they caught and they dealt with it, or they dealt with it. Jamaica is a small island compared to the US, for example. So we don't want to know, by the journalists, them, getting in contact with the aviation people, and maybe them can report, say, a chartered flight, they come here and look a problem, whatever. But to the point where the government has to say something in a press release, I mean, I don't know. I think there should be somebody talking, where it's not something that the government should have to address, really. But that's the way of communication.
All right. I don't know if you recall last year, the World Championship in Budapest. I was among the two persons in the vehicle. My nephew, I carry my sister go to the airport. When we turned into the airport, there was a 4 or more hours delay. The whole thing, the airport was locked down. I don't remember that incident. And the thing that floated out was that what them say, it was some power something. But nobody couldn't get into the airport for quite a while. The entire airport was locked off. And then, people began to speculate. But that happened last year. I don't know if you remember that incident. She was we were taking her to the airport to catch a flight to Budapest. But that happened last year.
But Liz, I have to change the topic now.
All right.
I want you to answer this question before you go, though. I don't know if you heard the remark made by the MP aspirant down there in Southeastern, so Wembe. This Simpson brother here. May I play the video and make the audience here, and then I'll come back to you.
going up all over the place. The problem is there is money in Jamaica, but only a few people are benefiting from the money. Only a handful of people are actually experiencing, are beneficiaries of the wealth that is in Jamaica. So that what you have is a big disparity between the rich and the poor. I feel that Jamaica, if the People's National Party don't win the next general election, Jamaica is going to be the next Haiti. Mark my words.
Liz,
Yes.
you hear this brother say, if Mark Golding not come lead Jamaica, Jamaica is gonna be the next Haiti. What you have to say about that? God force me I hear.
Okay. That means that gentleman is going to stage a revolt and turn us into Haiti. Because who is he? Who is this person?
So he was a former member of the JLP. He was ousted after he came back from, I think he went to Canada during COVID. And when him come back, him they supposed to go in a quarantine. Him never go in a quarantine, and the Jamaica Labour Party remove him as the candidate who was gonna run against Lisa Hanna. So
Yes.
right after that, Mark Golding recruited him and introduced him and put him in a seat to go to parliament. So this him a come to now say, Lord Jesus, me not understand. Liz, how would that in your background attack so loud?
No, my sister is all right.
Oh.
Now you hear it.
Yeah, so that is who he is. So my response to him earlier was, listen, if Jamaica never turned 80, when Mark Golding, Omar Davis, and Peter Bunting engineered and caused FinSac to happen, and them take away the whole of the people them asset on their house and left 44,000 people, businesses, mash up, sick out, depressed, and all these things took away their contribution to the economy and caused the meltdown. If we didn't turn in at 80 them time there, how we gonna turn into 80 now? What Andrew Onesa do to Jamaica that is so catastrophic compared to what them doing in the 90s and Jamaica survived. How is it that we're gonna turn 80 now?
But the thing is, first of all, people, well, your say is that he came to Jamaica during the when the JP tell him that he had to go to quarantine and he did vote, some could use him in the general election. But if I recall, before he emerged on the JLP ticket, I am sure this man, this Dr. Ryan Simpson, was brought in from the Canada apartment, make it clear, brought in from Canada by Golden Bunting, a friend of theirs, a businessman friend, and taken to Southeast St. where from then he would have challenged Lisa to oust her to become the rice candidate. And then I don't know what happened, and then he disappeared, and then you see him re-emerge as Ryan Simpson. Dr. Ryan Simpson is going to run the JLP ticket. I think it's the same person. So when him say these, you see, there's a whole lot of the politics is in a serious state, and people say blaming the politics. That is why I am saying, and them MP is something wrong, Baba. That is why I am saying, whenever the party clean up, there must be a thorough expose on all persons coming to run for local government, central government. You must have an international, what you call it? Where they must present OG police record. They must have an international one and a local one. You must know everything, because the kind of persons you see emerging, especially under the leadership of Mark Jefferson Golding, who was illegally pushed inside the PNP, then you know there's something a serious deficiency in terms of the persons. Peter Phillips,
them say him can't win Samuda.
Them saying cannot run. I understand him. He has his reputation internationally. Him can't face the electorate. None at all with a beat someone.
Womack.
I can't say it here now. We have to wait until they get the full detail. But I understand the money is not actually. All right, remember the one over Sobaro where Tyson was murdered, councillor?
Yes.
So, all right, and his reputation precede him. I understand this Dr. Sims also has problems. As I'm saying, the country. You see, when you're talking and you're begging, the MP them sit down there. Who would have lived to see? Who would have think that they would have lived to see 86-year-old PNP get a reputation that we are women and children killers? Who would have believed that? Therefore, that is a wake-up call, a serious wake-up call for the party to say no, things has gone awry. If you waste people go that demonstrates a PNP a murderer of women and children, then that not no red flag that.
But them same a behave like Dayton Campbell. As if PNP need one of that Dayton Campbell. Father God, if you're not busy, stop yourself. And where this now? Where this man come from? When you hear him talk, him sound angry, him sound like say him brain they all over the place, him them no cohesive with him speech. Listen, we have to go start talk some serious truth, you know. We have to go start talk some serious truth on them area.
Going up all over the place. The problem is there is money in Jamaica, but only a few people are benefiting from the money. Only a handful of people are actually experiencing, are beneficiaries of the wealth that is in Jamaica. So that what you have is a big disparity between the rich and the poor. I feel that Jamaica, if the People's National Party don't win the next general election, Jamaica is going to be the next Haiti. Mark my words.
So if him know say well they are Jamaica and them something, the way am I gonna thief the wealth and give to the rest of people then?
No.
First of all, the biggest transfer of wealth, if we must be honest with ourselves and with Jamaica, the biggest transfer of wealth in Jamaica that caused this huge disparity, as we've said, was when Omar Davis and Mark Golden and Peter Bunting get the assets that me say every time I see a new story here. I play it over here before with a little man with him 2 children, them or the man take down sick. The man having house, having good nice life and raise him kids them. And when they're done with the man, oh God, me say it bring you to tears when you saw the man sugar come down upon the man a walk with cane. The man can barely walk. The man on no water in a yard. They look at pitney them confused. These are the things. So hold on now. When you want to talk about this, you see, Liz?
Yes.
After PJ, hold on there. After PJ Patterson's term in the PNP, and after what Mark Golden and Omar Davis them did to the people of Jamaica, you don't realize the voter turnout and the support for the PNP have been dwindling since that time. Why do you think that is? That is because
as I said, you're not quoting the quote right, you know. Ronald Tweet, Member of Parliament and Minister of Education at the time, addressing a PNP conference, he made this quote: the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich was done under the PNP administration led by Percival Noel James Patterson with Dr. Omar Davis as finance minister. The persons who benefited was DB and G.
So that is where the huge gap between the have and the have not started. Really, because the black people in a Jamaica and what they call the working middle class and upper class, middle upper class people, they were doing well. Most of them were doing well. Or if not, they were not doing well, they were really trying. And them come and wipe out the people them. So look here, we have to come out here with a topic, related to this huge gap between the have and the have nots. I make we look at Jamaica between the time of independence and the financial meltdown. We need to do that one of these nights.
Yeah, because a giant, one of the persons who had a bank during the mid-90s, a giant, he died yesterday. Was 91? So tell him name tomorrow night. But that black man who merged with his bank, merchant bank, he survived the Bunting, Bolden, Omar, and PJ and Slug because the have not gap, was started in the 1940s, then escalated between 62 to 72. However, the gap was closed significantly when 72 to 80, when the great social revolution took place that changed the status quo comprehensively. Now, what happened is that between 1992 to 2006, PJ's 14 years, I will admit, PJ derailed the whole social revolution that took place, derail it in the interest of the
elites.
Radicate said that was the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich, and Peter Mercant Bunting, and Mark Jefferson Bolden, and to a lesser extent Christopher Derry, benefited tremendously. They wrecked the life of about 88,000 people, Jamaicans, kind of 44,000 persons. If you give them 3 per household, it's now over 120,000. That
plus the people. Well, it was a domino effect. The people who were the business people, and then you have people who they were serving, the banks and the customers. You understand? So these people are destruction. And we know that we had an unfair start, with the colonialism and the history of Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
But over time, Jamaican people, I was talking about the middle class especially, they started to have their becoming, where they were becoming business people. They were, owning homes, owning assets and stuff like that. And then people here, people here can't derail the thing for true. And if it wasn't for that, Jamaica would have been a little more prosperous than it is right now. Cause when you wipe out so much people in our small island nation like Jamaica, it's a serious domino effect.
Very serious domino effect, and that's why I am saying that I am still puzzled, and I don't get puzzled for long and so easy. I am still puzzled as to who the MPs, I'm not talking about Golden, Bomberg, and Hilton, talking about the other 11. What are and why are they still holding on, trying to keep Mark Golden in place? In its 86th year of birth, the people demonstrated. That's for them thing there, please. The people went to Supreme Court and demonstrated. The People's National Party, one poster said, murders, women and children. The other one said, Mark Golden, why did you tell us that Melissa died peacefully and naturally in her sleep? She was shot. Those are significant moments in history and in the annals of the history of the People's National Party. In the 4 years of tyranny that has been unleashed on us and Jamaica under Mark Jefferson.
What a destruction. See there? PNP stop killing our women and children. No, sir.
Yeah.
This is serious. Mark Golden, why did you tell us that Melissa died in her sleep? No bail for Jolly and Silvera. Them people have some murder cover up, man. Them for lift up from around here.
And him still associated with Jolly and Silvera too.
I know he does. He does.
All right.
And then them.
And the MP them sit down there with it and I hug him up.
One other thing, Liz, before you go. in regards to the polls, I don't even want to talk about it too much, but I did an upload a couple of days ago where I pretty much explained that 2 years ago, when Bill Johnson, pollster Bill Johnson was alive, Bill Johnson did some polls for Mellow TV, which was not commissioned by any political party or organization or leader. And at one point, Mark Golding started polling 13% favorability, then it got to 17%. Now, if you see from 2022, when Mark Golding say him not control the poll them, and the poll them are coming very, you know, dark for him, he just decided, you know what, I'm gonna hire my own pollster. And then him got higher than Anderson. And from him got higher than Anderson. I be a witchcraft. I be a witchcraft. The same witchcraft what Dan Anderson do with Dr. Phillips and Bunting. So I'm saying, who will these people convince now? When Bill Johnson, who is a very respectable pollster in Jamaica, Bill, me sorry, so I never have a picture him, but Bill, for those of you who don't know, Bill Johnson was an American pollster who moved to Jamaica and found him a wife, or maybe he found a wife first, then he moved. I don't know, but he was a pretty credible guy, and he was not easily bought. You understand?
Yeah.
So when Bunting them go higher, but Dan Anderson for run them poll on Dr. Phillips, say Dr. Phillips did hire Bill Johnson them time there, and Bill Johnson can't tell the nation say I lied. Bill Johnson's poll was contrary to what they were saying. I'll find a poll there and share it sometime. But Bill Johnson's poll during the challenge, it came back and said Dr. Phillips was more electable than Bunting. Me say what kind of poll war this a go on? So at the same style and come back with now. And as me say, the government not supposed to corona. Nobody waste their money and waste them time and try to mix up the Jamaica people them head. Just make the work speak for itself and inform the country on the work that you are doing. You understand? Because most people don't remember this, Liz. Most people don't remember say Mark Gold in that poll 13% just in a 2022,
But not only that, most people also have forgotten that Mark Golding and the Bunting and Ethan Campbell and Ian Hayes has been using the fact that from done on this poll is that you are to run as a riser for a seat or a council seat, you have to poll 25%. After 4 years, Mark Jefferson Golding does not poll 25%.
25?
There is 25%. Anybody who wanted to run, you have to make our 25% cut. You have to poll 25%. Upwards, and Mark Golding, who is supposed to be the be all and the end all, has not made it to 25% after 4 years. So if the MP people get thrown to them seat because the wavy lines one cook and some other one with them cook. Saying get 49%, which will turn out to be a big lie. But nobody, most people get thrown because they could make the 25% cut. Right? But Mark Golding, no, who don't tell us they can beat Andrew, and that will never happen. Is not polling 25%. So what say you, members of parliament, what say you, because the leadership cannot make 25%, so you cannot win any election. It can't, local government prove it, and can't make 25% among the populace that vote. So what say you when and the PMP is now seen in the eyes of voters as murderer of women and children.
Jesus.
With a lies.
Well, let us say this and let us make this abundantly clear to our audience. Mark Golding has not moved past 17% where there is an independent poll. That's true, right?
Yes.
The last independent poll, I want to say independent, I not talk about nationwide poll. Because we know say, and I don't care who vex, nationwide is the mouthpiece for the government when they choose to. When the government is not working or nationwide want them to work, then bring down the government. Is Lily's?
No.
Just like how when they come out, come tell Mark Golding say him win the local election, they made a carry some belly for Andrew. And them come now and deliberately, I don't care no. I deliberate then come out and tell Mark Golding about say him win and then them come out and draw back. They say because them a look attention and they want to send a message for sure. Andrew say, you know, them can do certain things. And that me feel say them do, you know. To the point where Andrew had to come out and say a lie, a we win. So that's why I'm telling you, say some of them journalists in the country, them a murderer too.
Yeah, but not only that, Cliffview Station operating on certain privileges from the government of Jamaica. So Cliffviews now, there's a lovely song from the 1970s. Yeah, there's a lovely dance you have to skill for it. It's called The Hustle. Van McCoy. And that Cliffviews are all. Cliffviews are dance to and sing to the hustle. Right? It's a fantastic song, a fantastic dance.
No, sir.
You live off the ground, but it's like a shuffle, but you put no off the ground. The hustle in there.
Somebody's asking, is Beverly Anderson? And I'm not going to call her Manley. You know why? Our last husband was DK Duncan. She's no longer Manley. Beverly Anderson or Beverly Anderson Duncan, is she related to Dan Anderson? Me don't know about that. First me I hear that.
She's in her 80s. She was born in Portland, grew up in Franklin Town. I don't know her brother and sisters them. So I can't answer that. Only my doctor. She's in her 80s though. So I don't know. She would have to be his older sister.
Oh, so we don't know.
She was born in Portland.
Lifestyle, what Liz and I are saying is that Mark Golding has not polled above 17% since 2022, where there was an independent poll. All polls that used to come out later, right? And when Mark Golding have himself a poll enough, and I say him in a dead eat with Andrew, and I say him a lead Andrew and them something there. So this don't make sense. And let me just say this again. You see, if the poll did that impact anything, we need to see more people come out in the local election. We need to see when PNP keep on meeting. We know say bad to bad, even though since PJ, more and more people have disassociated themselves from the PNP because of what Omar Davis them did in the 90s. So with that being said, if the poll meant anything, you would have seen more people have come out of PNP rally. You would have seen big crowd and they you're not seeing that. So the poll is not polling and the poll is not reflecting what Mark Golding. You understand?
Yeah, I like that line. I like that. The poll is not polling.
Yes, and him lose the local government election too. And right now, the situation gets so desperate now that they have become election deniers.
Of course they are.
So,
but not only that. You saw the interview he did while he's in Florida. You saw the interview about the age, and he was with his wife, Sandra, 6 years prior to marriage. They got married when she was 19. I have been saying it, people doubted me. And 4 days after she got married, and they eloped in Florida, the baby born. So if he was 19 and he's 6 years difference in her age, I was saying it long time, she was 30. But
Lord Jesus.
Him set a bar of 25% for candidate. Him chop up the PMP constitution illegally. So you can't challenge him until after 3 years, and that's illegal. But him can't poll 25%. Him can't poll 20% or 18 him there to Andrew 30 something, and yet still him in a dead with Andrew.
Pure witchcraft. Pure witchcraft. But Liz, one more thing. I keep saying one more thing before you go. One more thing. What were they now? They're almost an hour and a half. I realized something yesterday. Yesterday, somebody sent a video to me of Desmond Mackenzie speaking on a platform. And I realized that the government is going to allocate $40 billion for road improvement project under the Spark program. It's a local government issue. And Desmond was saying, look here, we are glad that the mayor, endorsed this program, and we don't want this to be a partisan thing. It's a Jamaica thing. Everybody drive on the road them, and we'll fix every road we can with the $40 billion, and we don't want this politicized. Fair enough, right? Now, me hear Dwayne Vaz come out last week. I tell the constituents them say they must take picture and video and send it come give him so that him can know which road need for fix when him come in a power. Me never know say at the Spark program because he did not mention the government or this program. He just said to the people, take the picture and the video of the road them and send them come give me. So that's when we go back to government, we are going to know which road we want to fix and whatever. Because even me I say, why didn't he do all of that when he was there? Unbeknownst to me, there is a Spark program. But he omitted that information, which I think is very disingenuous. Don't you think?
Well, remember, him want to get back him seat, him want to run, it's a whole lot of, him think he has some to offer, which is true, maybe he has some to offer. So it is called politics, politicking. And it's not disingenuous, but he is taking a method where him saying to the people, it has been applied already, that method. Because 2-3 years back, I was asked to do that, take pictures of the road condition and send it on to my representative.
No, I'm not saying, wait, Liz, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with asking the constituents to do that, That is a very helpful way. You understand? But what I am saying is, when he failed to tell the people and tell the constituents that under the local government, there is a Spark program, $40 billion, are going to be allocated to deal with these road improvements. He could at least say that than to tell the people them, take the picture of the video, send it, come give me. So when we come in now, we already have the information. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I understand.
Okay. All right.
But as I'm saying, it's politics. It is on the PNP ticket, so you sure. Which is sometimes can be disheartening because Dr. Phillips had the attitude as leader to give credit to the JLP when they did it's something wrong when you replace them as governor. And he also had the characteristics of saying, okay, we're going to continue with this program because it made sense.
Yeah.
But that's why he was he would have made such a great prime minister, But the internal situation, all right. If Mark Wolin and Peter Bunting in 2018 at a meeting of the 29 of them with president of the party and opposition leader, Dr. Phillips, in that meeting, the people must be, there's something really lacking, so we must always give a public info. In that 2018 meeting, Dr. Phillips told them about his health issue and diagnosis to the doctor, but he was in good stead. He told the meeting of the MPs that he has this program he's going to launch, his social program. He's going to launch it with a funding of $50 million to aid 33,000 party workers, and then he would bring it to the national front to aid our party workers across the political divide. Mark Wolin and Peter Bunting resigned. Mark Wolin resigned as treasurer the same night, and the two of them run out to the idea and come give a name for one deportee from Haiti, and like say, them a start with 10 million. These two vipers, they just are pilfering up Dr. Phillips' idea.
So them plagiarize too?
Yeah, man, them plagiarize, man. Them have an idea. Some are going in them have an idea. A South St. Andrew suffer. In next door constituency, Southwest St. Andrew suffer. The next one, East Central, West Central, West in Barraway. Two more constituencies.
Angela.
South St. Andrew. Yeah, man, not Angela, Southeast St. Andrew. And Mark Golin don't have a ounce of idea. Mark Golin have no initiative. Only thing Mark Golin know is that he is a merchant in law degree, is in commercial law. He is an Igla with a title.
Where same is that Igla? Lord, I can't, man.
A pretty title. He buy and sell businesses, properties, and them thing there. That's a main thing. Him not have no idea. And then the people get the MP them sit on there with it and I'll give up like that something great. If you look good at something, you feel bad. People actually say, go PMP a murderer. On a kill woman and picnic.
You know, say. All right, Liz. Well, we'll close off, you know. So, good talking to you. It's been a while. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Tomorrow night, I don't know if you want to join us tomorrow night for this segment, but I'm going to be presenting here some of the areas of significant development and modernization in Jamaica. Since as Jamaica got turn 80, before it turn 80, we just want to show the audience and our viewers what are some of the significant development and modernization in Jamaica. All right? So we will chat tomorrow.
We are going to be allowed to tell them when it starts or who started, right?
I don't know. I mean, I'm really bringing it forward to show that Jamaica as a whole is a developing country that is modernizing. I don't want to bring any tribalism to it, but if people have questions...
No, it's going to be tribal.
No, I really don't want it to be politics, to tell you the truth. I don't really want it to be politics. And this is Jamaica Politics Uncovered. I don't want it to be I don't want no PNP and no Labour to come claim no victory. No, Anna, you may talk specifically, you know, because I know that there's gonna be Labour rights over here saying we did that. I don't want it to be that kind of tit for tat thing. I would like for it to be seen as a Jamaica that is developing and modernizing. And it doesn't necessarily mean say Andrew Holness alone took part in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm putting emphasis on the fact that it's a Jamaica development modernization rather than who did what or PNP JLP. Understand?
Yeah.
So we're just going to look at some areas of improvement.
Because Andrew now has advanced or has implemented the St. Thomas leg of Highway 2000. That program was signed up in 2013, 2014. So, you know, that is what they must understand. It is Andrew must be commended for carrying forward.
Well, any government that comes in, right, if there is something good that is there, it should be continued. And if they choose to continue it, as a matter of fact, I would criticize a person who comes in there and does not continue something that is good and beneficial for the country, right? And anybody who will come running, come talk about, oh, we did do that, or we did do that. Me not like them sitting there. Me not like it. Because what you say now, you try to rain on somebody's parade but for doing something good, and that's bad mind to me. You understand? And childish too. Anyway, Liz, so we'll catch up tomorrow, and thank you again for joining. Yeah, take care.
All right.
Yeah, guys. So looking forward to that tomorrow. So I'll be in the studio a little bit early. We'll come back with that at 8 p.m. Yeah. Sometimes some of you guys are here at 7 o'clock, just hanging out, chatting, stuff like that. And that's nice. So we're gonna look tomorrow, cause you see, me not like this doom and gloom. You have a set of people in the country and even in the diaspora too. I cry down gloom and doom on Jamaica, and I don't think it's right to do. You understand? Jamaica is not getting any worse. It is getting better. It takes time. At 62 years, we are come and try fight this fight of development, you know, guys. 62 years over several governments. And there are people on both sides who derail the people them development. That is for a whole nother topic. But I am saying, when you have people who are going to the diaspora, talking doom and gloom on the country and come online doing that, while you have people from Africa and from all about are coming to Jamaica and say, Jamaica nice and Jamaica is developing and rare. You understand, guys? What are we really doing? Me not say we can't talk about the areas where we need to improve. Now, we're supposed to always do that as patriotic Jamaicans. But when we're going to make because of politics now or for whatever the agenda is, to be talking doom and gloom on the country, that's not good for the country. There's a time and place for everything, you know. So when all people like Ryan Simpson now go talk about say, if Mark Gold in a farm, the next government will come like 80. You know, say a mad people them here. We don't see what Mark Gold in them can do already, you know. They show with emotion already, you know. From Finsack, you know. They showed us their emotion. Andrew Holness hasn't done half of what they've done with the economic meltdown in Jamaica. Some of them know what kind of 80 Jamaica got turn. What is the situation in 80? Bad man take over 80, gunman take over 80. Them have political unrest over there. Oh, Jamaica must become 80. Not that Jamaica now has its problems. It does. We have more work to do. You understand? And even this thing that I just showed you guys with the $40 billion to improve the roads, that's something good that's happening. And that is to improve the country. So Jamaica is not getting worse. I mean, you know, where Andrew Wallace's performance is concerned, compared to, you know, the pace at which we should be seeing certain things or whatever, that is definitely debatable. You understand? But don't come cry down no doom and gloom on the country. That's not true. We have never seen so many entrepreneurs, young people may attack, from them wipe out the people them in the 90s in a Finsack. We have never seen so many entrepreneurs in Jamaica. You know, say, over TikTok, me I look at some of the people in Jamaica, especially people maybe of my generation or, you know, a little younger, and they're running Airbnbs, you know, they're doing all these things and working for themselves and owning their local businesses and stuff like that. That's nice. And it's good to be in a country where you can do that. Tomorrow I'll come talk more about it, guys. Tomorrow we'll come talk more about it. But what an eventful weekend with this plane and them something here. Is there ever a time where Liz don't go hard? Ah, Jesus. Yeah, man. So I'm glad that you guys seem to be enjoying the program. Igla with a title. Mm-hmm. So, guys, when time we go to bed tonight, you know, make sure say we pray. Make sure say we pray. Wise emissary. Me didn't even answer your comment, you know, because some are not tribalists. I'm telling them some don't want a tribalist over here. Me telling them some don't want a tribalist over here. Members of both parties help mash up Jamaica or slow down the growth of Jamaica. You hear me tell you? So if you now look for one tribalist platform, please go and find it someplace else. Fort Lauderdale, Lord Jesus, you never come over here when I tell you. I'll be a lie then go tell upon the government and upon the country. You know, because you see, sometimes, you know, when time people say they can't have things for them, we then go undermine it. And them is a natural set of underminers, them people here. But anyway, when we go to bed tonight, guys, me I beg gonna pray for Jamaica. Make we pray for Jamaica because we don't want to see Jamaica come like 80, as what the man say. we don't we don't want Jamaica come like 80. Back to sender. Pray for Jamaica when we go on the bed tonight, cause we don't want this man I wish for come true, Because that is a wish way I'm talking, because there is no evidence. Say that is about to happen or that is happening. So when you not pray tonight before you go on the bed, you not just pray one return to sender. For this a bad wish when I make pan Jamaica about Jamaica become 80. Who in a Jamaica, whether Andrew Holness or nobody at all, who are going to sit down in a Jamaica and make Jamaica turn 80? You not idiot? With them alarmist behavior, They're a bunch of alarmists. For what? Power. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for keeping it locked here to Jamaica Politics Uncovered. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have yourselves a good night.